Hey, Dr. Fred with TMT, Tuesday, oh, there's the T on the end, Tuesday Morning Transformation. Hey, you know what? I have a great secret for you. All these things that I talk about are things that I'm going through. So thank you for listening to what I'm going through, and I hopefully you can get something out of this too. So there's two Bible verses. I read multiple spiritual sources. One of them is the Bible. And so this isn't about religion. This is just about universal principles, who we are, a spirit on a human journey. So one of them is 1 Chronicles 21:3. It says, "May the Lord make his people 100 times stronger than they are." What's that mean? Well, hey, King David felt outnumbered, right? So he wanted to take a census of all the soldiers, of all the fighting men in Israel. So what's that mean? That means, he was putting more faith in conditions than he was in the Word. How many times has Israel been outnumbered? Every battle they've been to. I mean, look at this little dinky country, and they have to protect their borders. They have all these powers around them, yet they still survive and prosper, right? How many times in our lives have we felt outnumbered? How many times that we were facing Goliath, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, this keeps coming to me because there's so many things. It's like, if I think about all of them at once, it could be totally overwhelming, right? So we look at our lives. What about our relationships? Sometimes our relationships can be overwhelming. Sometimes our career, you know what, I'm not really happy in what I'm doing, or I'm successful, but I'm not fulfilled. Sometimes all of a sudden we have challenges with our kids. I mean, we live in a world, man, sometimes there's Goliaths all around us. And so when we believe, I'm 100 times stronger. In Matthew 21:21, it says, when you have faith and you do not doubt, with a word, when you have faith and you do not doubt, see, that's pretty important. You have this, but you don't have this, right? So we don't focus on what we don't have, we focus on what we have. Then with a word, you can cast a mountain into the sea. You can throw that mountain into the sea. Well, guess what? How many mountains are going to be in your life? Boatloads. You're always going to have mountains, but the thing is, do you speak about the mountain or do you speak to the mountain? So, when I got into coaching, I just got married. This is my wife that passed away. So we're in the first year of our marriage, and I sold my clinic because we wanted to move out of state. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to sell my clinic. We'll have some money, go on some vacations. So our first year of marriage, let's make that first year more like a year-long honeymoon rather than a week-long honeymoon. So we're going through this, and I go to a chiropractic seminar, and I'm in this technique seminar, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh my God, here's people that are so clinically sound, and they're struggling in practice. Like, I was learning this new technique. They were actually more clinically sound than I was. I mean, I was a great chiropractor. But they knew this technique better than I did, yet I was the most successful people in the room. So I walk to the back of the room. I go to the technique instructor's wife. He founded the technique. I go to his wife and I go, you guys need a coach. And in one sentence, my whole life changed. That was 16 years ago. One sentence changed the path of the rest of my life. Right now, has it been easy? Hell no. It hasn't been easy. How many mountains and Goliaths have we faced? Tons. Look at my body language. Feels like it's weighting down on my body, right? And have I spoken about mountains? Oh, tons of times. Until you get to that point where you're like, you know what, I'm tired of talking about this. I'm speaking to the mountain. I'm casting it in the sea. This stuff is gone. I'm 100 times stronger. Breathe that in. I'm 100 times stronger. I'm 100 times more faithful. I'm 100 times more peaceful. I'm 100 times more forgiving. And that's probably the most important one right there. Because I'm 100 times more forgiving. Okay, how about I'm 100 times more patient? Oh, that's a big one, right? So in Elite, we have a mantra. It's called being before doing. And so if you have a problem and we're stressed, and then you take action, what do you have? Stress as you're going through. What do you feel? Stress. If I have a problem and I'm anxious, what do I feel when I'm trying to solve that problem? Anxiety. So do we approach these things with stress and anxiety? Or if it's being before doing, man, when you love your problems, all of a sudden you don't have problems. So when I'm 100 times stronger, I'm 100 times more peaceful, I'm 100 times more loving, I'm 100 times more forgiving, I'm 100 times more patient. Then all of a sudden, how do I solve these things? All of a sudden it's not a problem. Then all of a sudden I'm in joy. I'm loving what I'm doing. I have great action steps. I'm taking power. Man, this stuff is actually kind of fun. So when your core value is, it's got to be fun, then we go, and what am I doing right now? Is that fun? No, it sucks. I have stress. I have anxiety. So what am I going to do? I'm going to change my perspective to fun. And then I'm 100 times more stronger. I'm 100 times more powerful. I'm 100 times more joyful. I'm 100 times more loving. Breathe that in. I'm 100 times more loving. I'm 100 times more forgiving. Oh my God. Who's the hardest person to forgive? Is it other people or is it yourself? Right? Forgiving other people is 100 times easier than sometimes forgiving ourselves. And that's what we need to do, right? We don't have to do anything, but it sure makes life a lot more fun. So the second thing I keep pulling up, because I put my hand on books, whatever book, and I say, God, show me what I need, and I open up. Now, how do you have the whole Bible, and I keep going to 2 quotes? Because obviously, like, dude, yeah, you're not listening. I got to show you the same thing over and over again. You know, if we made a mistake once and we learned, then, you know, we could do it differently. But unfortunately, we make a mistake and we do the same thing 31 more times, right? So, hey, I'm no different than anybody else. We all do this. So it's Psalm 1, meditate day and night. What's that mean? Keep the vision in front of you. Like if this is a vision, I can see through it. But what do I see? I see through my vision. I see the world. So you can be the tree planted by the rivers of water. What's that mean? The roots go into the universe. They go into power because I'm 100 times stronger. I'm 100 times more powerful. I'm 100 times more forgiving. I'm 100 times more patient. God, that one hurts. Okay, so here's my vision. Meditate day and night. Why? So you can stay connected. Why? So your fruit will bear in its season. Can it be the season already? You know what I mean? I mean, we love spring. It's a time of growth. But it's winter that the problem is. So when you say winter is my season, man, when it feels like winter, that's my season. I excel in winter. So when spring comes, boom, all of a sudden it's massive abundance. Right? So we